Hello, hello, hello. Hello? 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 Yeah. I start my video by saying hello. Hello. My name is Clarice from Cameroon. And I just opened a YouTube video. I opened the first YouTube video when I was pregnant with my son, Derek, and my daughter, Queen. I had the first YouTube video, but when I went homeless again in Houston and my phone lost and everything, I have created a second YouTube. So this is the second YouTube I'm creating. I hope this one will last. This is the second YouTube account I'm creating. I created the first one. That was from I was pregnant with Derek and Queen. That account only last 1 year. And I went home, then I moved to Houston, so I lost my phone and everything. So this is the second YouTube account I'm creating. And I have changed the name, and the name is Alan Queen. So if you are looking for me or you want to watch my video, go on YouTube, you find Alan Queen. You see me there. So you watch my video, you like my page, you comment, you share it. This is my life story, based on true life story. It's based on my life in America and what happened to me. So you go on my page, you subscribe, you like, you follow, you share, and the name of my page is Alan Queen. My name is Alan Queen on YouTube. Go watch my videos. Okay, so I'm gonna go right away and start the part 2 of Cameroonian, Under Attack by Cameroonian. I'm going to part 2 of Under Attack by Cameroonian. I just did the part 1, Under Attack by Cameroonian, how I came in Washington, I got attacked. I moved to Baltimore, I got attacked, and I moved to Boston, I got attacked. So I'm doing part 2 of Under Attack by Cameroonian, part 2, Houston. Because I am in Houston and I'm in Dallas. So part 2 is Dallas and Houston. I'm going to talk a little bit about New York. Because I left Boston and I transited in New York, and I stayed in New York for 6 months before I came to Dallas. So I had a little bit of transit in New York, and I stayed there for 6 months. So I'm going to talk a little bit about New York, and because from New York, that's when I moved to Dallas. Okay, let's continue. So when I left Boston, all of that saga with Spanish and Cameroonian ended in Boston. I ended up checking myself in a homeless shelter. I had police officers in Boston, and we have firefighters in Boston. Came around January 4th. That was cold because I was sleeping in the bathroom in Star Market, and they saw me sleeping in the bathroom. I think somebody said there's a homeless girl sleeping in the bathroom in Star Market, sleeping eating from the trash. Boston College. I think they called the police and they called the firefighters. They checked. I think she's homeless and she doesn't really know what homeless shelter is, because I didn't even know. I did not know they have homeless shelter. If I knew they had homeless shelter, I could have checked myself homeless. I had little information about homeless shelter. I did not know anything. It's when 2018 hit there, the second time I was homeless in Boston, that we had police officers and firefighter came around January and they said, you gotta go to the shelter, it's still cold, you can't survive. I did not know anything. I wasn't even researching, I wasn't even finding out. Oh, it's just I gotta walk, I didn't go understand. So I didn't have a clue that they had something called homeless shelter. Back in Africa, we have mother bedless home where kids are orphans, they keep them there. But there's nothing in Africa like homeless shelter. So I didn't know, I didn't have no clue that they had homeless. So that day that those firefighter and police officer came and took me and said, "Hey, we gotta take you to the shelter," and they took me to the shelter. So they took me January 4th. I stayed in the shelter. They created me a shelter ID. When you gotta check in, they give you a bed. They provide good meal there. They give you food. They give us clothes, shoes. They give us everything. But I didn't like it. I wanted to stay in an apartment, but it felt like these people wanted me to be in a fucking homeless shelter. So I stayed there for 6 months to July 2019. So July 2019, I looked for a way to fly to New York. Understand? So just like that, somebody gave me money, blah blah blah, $100. I'm not gonna talk about go deep, but I actually look for means. I got $100 because I was determined to get out of Boston because things were getting worse. So I ended up having some money, and somebody said the boss will take you to New York. Literally, boss is going to New York. So somebody gave me $100. I took the $100. I went downtown. I booked a bus ticket, and the bus ticket was just $25 or $50. I had extra $50. I took a bus. I went to New York on July 21st, 2019. I landed myself in New York, stranded. Didn't even know where I was going, homeless in New York, but I knew I would have to get out of Boston because things were getting so bad. I just like, I'm going to have to get out. I have to go to another city. I have to go to another state. So I landed myself in New York. So I landed in New York, homeless, stranded on the street. I found myself in Jamaica, Queens, New York. I had $50. I was hungry. I went to African restaurant, Jamaican restaurant. I ordered some rice and chicken and fish. I was so hungry. I sat there, I was eating. Once I ate, I was coming out of the restaurant. There's this Haitian man that held me. He just stopped me, held me. The man looked like a star. A very aged man that was 64. His name was Chad Conrad. That's a good Samaritan. Chad Conrad. He just stopped me there and held me like he wanted to chat with me or date me. So I was coming out of the restaurant. The man just held me by my hand, and I turned and looked at the man. He said, "Hello, can I go out with you? What's your name?" "My name is Chad Conrad." I said, "My name is Clarice." He said, "Where are you from?" I said, "I'm from Cameroon, Africa." I said, "By the way, I'm just from Boston. I've been in Boston for 5 years. I just left Boston and I just landed in New York. And this is my first time landing in New York. I've never been in New York before. I've been in America, by that time I've been in America for like 7 years because I already been in Maryland for 3 years. I've been in Boston for 5 years. So that's 5, 6, 7. So I was like being in America for 7 years, but I've never been in New York. So I said, this is my first time in New York. I don't have family. I don't have people. I don't even have nowhere to go. So the man took me and was strolling in New York. You know how New York is big. I always wanted to live in New York. I always liked New York. Even when I was in Africa. People were like, "Where are you gonna stay? Where you come now?" I was like, New York, New York. I'm obsessed with New York till this date. I'm so obsessed with New York. I love New York. So I was like, I gotta go to New York. I gotta go to New York. So I landed in New York. I met this guy, Chad Conrad. He took me in the park. We sat in the park. We're talking. He was asking me questions. He said he's staying with his mom. It's his mom's house. He doesn't know where we're gonna keep me, but he's gonna talk to his mom and see if they can put me in the garage and all of that shit. I said, I don't mind. If you just come put me in the garage or you're gonna put me on your couch, I'll be grateful. A Haitian. Cut the story short, the man accepted me to take me home. Took me home, the mom accepted. Thank God the mom was not problem. The mom was cool, was happy, accepted. So they put me in a garage. I was happy. I stayed there. The man was say, "You're just gonna help clean my mom's house, and I'm gonna be paying you $100 a week." And I was happy. You know? Beyonce also act and performing. That's crazy. They're doing a performance right here. What Beyonce also? Music award. What music award? American Music Award is going on live. The Beyonce performing at Ariana Grande. So that is it. So Frank is watching it. That's why music going behind. Frank is the one watching. While the music award going on, Frank watching it. That's why you hear music in the background. So that is what happened. So I stayed in that man's house in New York for 6 months. I even have a phone when I left Boston. No, I always like break my phones. I destroy my phone when I'm done with them. So by day I've destroyed and break my phone. I stayed with him for 6 months. The man say I cannot continue staying in his house. I have to look for where to go to because this is not his house. So I started looking for where to contact my people. I contact my brother, but he is not staying in America. He lives in Cyprus. I contact my aunt live in Canada. So that was it. I stayed for 6 months. I contact a family member in Dallas, Texas. Cut the story short, I finally contact some cousin that live in Texas, Dallas. So her name is Rose. She's my cousin. They live in Dallas, Texas. So I finally contact her. So they've heard about my story. Yeah, I'm going homeless, stranded. She accepted and she called right away. She was crying. She said she will help you be homeless. You help you sleeping on the street. Where are you? I said I'm in New York City. She said come right down to Dallas, Texas. We've been wanting you to come home. She said who are you with? I said I'm with a friend who picked me up the street. His name is Conrad Chad. I'm with him. He's been taking good care of me. I've been staying with him for 6 months. He didn't pay. I'm working, but it's good. He's paying me $100 every month. I bought a new phone. That's why I contact these cousins of mine in Dallas. It's okay. By the way, just calm down. We need you. Call Conrad. I said, that's my sister. Bring her down to Texas. So we agreed. I started crying. And Conrad said, why are you crying? I said, these people, I don't trust them. He said, how can you tell? I said, they have betrayed me so many times. Like, they look at me as an enemy that I don't trust them. He said, why are you saying? Just go down there. And if they don't treat you right, you can come back to me. I said, I don't really trust them. He said, you just can't stay. When you go to Dallas, they don't treat you right. Pack your bag and come back to New York to me. I will take you back. So I accepted. So the mom said, I'm going to pay your flight. So he said, I'm going to book your flight December. So December 15, 2019, I'm leaving New York to Dallas, Texas. Conrad took me to the airport. We booked a taxi, went to the airport. He booked my flight to Dallas, Texas. Put my luggage in a different plane. Put me on a different plane. I bought 2 planes to Dallas, Texas. I landed in Dallas, Texas. Called the cousins or the so-called family in Dallas who asked me to come down to come pick me up in the Dallas airport. They were not even barely found. It's a strange place. I've never been to Texas. I've never been to Dallas. I've never been in Houston. That was the first time I landed myself in Texas, in Dallas. And I landed in the airport. I called them. I say I reached. None of them came to pick me up. She have a car. The husband have a car. One of them could come pick me up, but none of them didn't pick me up. They booked an Uber to come pick me up, claiming that they were busy. But that day was a Saturday where it was the daughter's birthday. So they had an excuse that the daughter turned 1 year old. The day I came was daughter's birthday and she was 1 year old. So they claimed that all of them were busy with their daughter's birthday, that they didn't have the chance to come pick me in the airport. I didn't bother because I'm not that kind of person that is like looking for attention, you understand? I'm not that kind of a person that looking for attention. So that didn't bother me. I said, okay, if so far you have an Uber that will come pick me up, I am good. Because I'm not here dying for attention, you understand? So the Uber came, picked me up, we went to the house. The daughter's birthday was it. I came, I had my 2 boxes. I'm coming out of the car, I'm carrying my 2 boxes. I'm standing in front of the house. The sister, it's not even a house. The elder sister say your box cannot enter this house. I said, why you say? He said, because we're not going to stay here. I said, why you mean I'm not going to stay here? She said, because the owner of the house not accepting you to stay. I said, why didn't you tell me from New York that the man of the house didn't want me to stay? Why you allow that man in New York to book me a flight ticket and come down when you lie to that man and say, bring her down here. We are a sister and we've been looking for her. We've been crying and ask her to come down. And then all of me to come down, you telling me the man of the house don't want me to stay in your house. Why you do that? I could have been in New York. I could have still stayed with that man. I was working for that man. I was good with the man. So she said, you will not stay until the man accepts you to stay. So they did not allow my box inside the house. So they say, you are going to stay with some friends that I don't even know. Some strange girls. They were like my age mate. They were like two of them. They had a 2-bedroom apartment and they had a job. So they say, I'm not going to stay in the house, but I'm going to stay with those girls. So they allow my box outside. They allow me to come in and eat for the daughter's birthday. After the birthday, they took me on the girl that the house. They say, you go stay with those girls. The girl came with her car. My 2 boxes drove me to her house. December, I stayed with that girl for 1 month till January after New Year. 1 whole month, I stayed with them. I didn't complain. I just said, so far I get my job and I'm working, I'm gonna get myself back right. But they didn't even want you to get a job. I saw because they were like trying to kill you, trying to assassinate you. So didn't want you to get a job, didn't want to get work. They were on straight suicide mission, trying to poison you, trying to get rid of you, and did not know how to do it. So they did not even want you to work. They did not even want you to get your job anymore. I stayed with those friends for 1 month. They came with their own bullshit. The lady said, oh, you can't stay in my house anymore. Come, I'm going to take you back to Rose. You're going to go back. And the lady in that house, her name is Felicita. She's married to that man in the house. That lady is like a childhood friend to me. We were like childhood friends. We are the same age. If she is either she's older than me for 1 year, or I'm older than her for 1 year. But we were like childhood friends. We are age mate. You understand? We are age mate. But just the fact that you are married to a rich man or you have gone ahead of me doesn't mean I'm not gonna make it in life because you have gotten married to a rich man or you have gone ahead of me. Understand? I'm just a late bloomer. Some people are late bloomer. Doesn't mean they're never gonna make it. They just late riser. They just late bloomer. Doesn't mean it's the end of the road for them. Because you married to a rich man, your husband own a big house. Doesn't mean I'm gonna be stuck now, or I'm never gonna get rich, or I'm never gonna get married to a rich man, or I'm never gonna make it myself. So she just snapped at me. She just looked at me like I was invisible. She just look down on me. That's the worst thing I hate. I hate somebody looking down on me because it's something I don't do to people. I don't snap at people. Understand? I don't look down on people. Like you can snap somebody in some crazy way. But when you underlook somebody like they are nothing to you, like they're a piece of trash, that's why she was like a neighbor. She's like a cousin. She's like a family friend that I know for years staying in Africa with. That's my childhood friend. I consider her as a friend. But she didn't want to be friends with me. Because when I came here, I was friends with her. She's the one that even gave me the first paycheck. She gave me $50 paycheck. But she had something from someone. I didn't say it. I said she married an old man. And she went ahead and she blocked me on Facebook. And that was the end of our friendship. Since then, she never liked me and she never wanted to talk to me. So when they were telling me I'm moving to a house, I knew she never gonna like me. So I came, she was snubbing me, she was looking down on me, understand? She didn't talk to me. The husband of the house, I said, okay, I'm gonna leave your house. And they took me, they said, let me go get a job. They took me to a place, a healthcare, where they were like 100 sick patients, and they asked me to clean all those 100 patients. They paid me $10. I said, what the fuck? I work in a healthcare in Maryland, and I was paying $12, and I was taking care of only one patient, one-on-one. You're asking me to clean 100 people. These are sick people where you are not supposed to clean more than one person. because you get contaminated yourself, you get sick yourself, or you are going to cross it out to the next patient. I said this is disaster. It's set up. They want me sick, they want me infected, they want me dead, they want me going to hospital. Understand? And then I was going to work, and she had a 1 more year old baby. They're asking me to babysit the child, and I'm going to work at night. I'm tired as hell, sleeping at my job, coming back holding your baby like I was some fucking nanny or some fucking babysitter. Then the worst is that her sister was cooking the meal in the house. Our sister, and I ate poison. My food got poison in that house. But I cannot say for sure who they have poisoned my food in that house, because sometimes the person that cooked the food is not the person that poisoned the food. But I know I ate poison in that house. Somebody poisoned my food. But she wasn't cooking. She was working in the hospital, and she don't touch her baby. She don't. I said, how the hell you working? You can't take care of your baby. She come home. She's so tired. She shower. She eat. She goes and sleep like she's some queen. And no, she's not supposed to wash dishes. She's not supposed to cook. She's not supposed to do anything. She just go to work. She come back, shower, clean. She's not even touching her own baby that she gave birth to. And they're looking for some baby sister to come hold the baby. I said, I'm not your fucking baby sister. I'm your friend. I'm your sister. I won't even allow my sister to be my babysitter. I won't even allow my friend to be my babysitter. There's some things I'm not going to allow my sister to do. There's some things I'm not going to allow my friend to do. If you are my friend, I'm not going to allow you to be a babysitter. If you are my friend, I'm not going to allow you to be a nanny. If you are my sister, I will not even allow my sister to be a nanny. I will not even allow my sister to be a babysitter. I will not even allow my sister to be a slave. I will pick a Spanish and make a slave. I will pick a Spanish and make a babysitter. So I was pissed off. I was so angry, and they poisoned my food. I ate food and I threw up. I went up to the bathroom. I threw up the whole bathroom. I knew I ate poison. Because they started poisoning my food in Boston with the Spanish thing. And I came in a house that I trust, that I think is a family, I think it's a friends, got me poison with food poison. But I did not know. I'm not going to say it's Rose that poisoned my food, or is the sister Felicita, or is the husband, or they had two grandmothers staying there holding those babies. They had people staying there. We had two grandmothers that would stay in the house. We had a sister who was Felicita that was married to the man. We had the man. We had Rose. They had people staying in those houses. But my food was messed up. My food was poison. I ate poison. And I knew it was poison. I threw up. I thought I was going to die. I was shaking, screaming. I threw up the whole house. And I told her I just threw up. I felt like I ate poison. But right now, I cannot say it's Rose or the person that cooked the food, because sometimes they will say even the person that cooked the food is not the person that poisoned the food. Sometimes the person that cooked the food is the one that poisoned the food. And sometimes the person that cooked the food is actually not the person that poisoned it. After the person that cooked the food, somebody will come in and poison your food. But it will look like the person that cooks the food is the one that poisoned your food. This is a mystery. That's why we have FBI. That's why we have police officer. That's why we have the CIA. That's why we have private investigation that go in deep and root out the real truth. Because sometimes you look at things, you think this is the truth, but that's not the real truth. That's why I have this special FBI and a special CIA that will come in and go deep and find the real truth. Who murdered this person? Who poisoned this person? Probably it's not the cook. Probably it's not Rose that cooked the food that poisoned it. Probably it was her sister that did not like you. Probably it's the husband. Probably they were those grandmothers. But there was somebody in that house that poisoned my food. That's why I came back to Dallas, and I have not gone back there. They are not my family. They were family friends. They were relatives. They were long distance family. The cousins. But they are not my family. But for them to force me to come to Dallas just to tell I could not stay and throw me off the street was wrong. And then on top of it, they tamper with my food and they try to poison my food. So I'm not gonna say the person that cooked the food is a poison. Things are always tricky. I'm not gonna say Rose poisoned my food because Rose prepared the food. Her sister was the one cooking everything. She wasn't cooking nothing. She wasn't cleaning. She wasn't even holding her baby. She wasn't giving shower to her baby. She wasn't doing. Her sister was her slave. I will not even turn my sister into a slave. It's fucked up. It's fucked up. I will not even turn my baby sister into a slave. Not even my friend. I will not. Even me and my sister not getting along, I will say, go here.